This is going to be an unusual video, but welcome. This is Red Matt, known as Speed Red Matt in One Hub Racing. And we're here in France for season 24, round number 5 of the One Hub Racing Championship in the P2 tier, because I'm not quick enough for the P1 tier. And I'm glad I'm not, because there's some seriously quick drivers in P1. As you could hear now in the background, we have rain in 10 to 15 minutes, but as you'll find later on in this video, that is not the case. So I'm going to say this right now, it's pretty much a one-lap shootout, and it's quite tricky because you also want to set a quick lap, but at the same time not invalidate, because that could ruin the entire qualifying session. As you can see, I've gone through my setup. A lot of the chat was saying, how the hell am I running low wings? You'll find in the race it really did affect me as I go through the escape road.
Oh, I thought you were on a lap.
As you can hear me. As you can hear me in the background trying to get out of the way of Lukey's way. So this is my one and only lap in qualifying. Looking back at this lap now, it was not the best of laps at all. So going into turn 1 as we hit the apex there a little bit, completely missed it on the entry of 2.
Wide at turn 1.
And now this is a tricky braking point for me, because you have to sacrifice this corner here to make it better for this next corner here at turn number 4 into 5. Now in the race here, the rear end, if you running on old tyres and someone's behind you on new tyres, you may as well not bother defending. So now as we're going through out of turn 7, turn 8, this is where the strength of my setup lies. I always run low drag setups. I knew before going into this weekend I did not have the pace.
The apex, so it sacrificed the exit speed, so now I'm losing all that time now.
As I can hear myself say, even I messed up.
Tyres had to get
As you came there, and as also mentioned, saying my tyres are just not up to temperature either. But we're more focused on the race rather than qualifying. Going into turn number 11. Also, the tyres are screaming at this point into turn number 12, an off-camber left-hander. Such a tricky corner to master this one here, but we felt like we did that. Okay, now 14 into 15. Trying to keep the speed. Go as far left as you can to open up the straight here is Lucas. That's a blistering 129.0, as you can hear me say. That was a rapid lap.
He's 5/10 in the lead. This is his race to lose, this. Absolutely mental.
As you can hear me say, it's his race to lose here. So we try and go out on the rain here. I thought the track felt okay on the outlap, but it just got too wet here. And as you can tell here, trying to apply the throttle out here, and yeah, it's the qualifying session over. So on my in-lap, I decided to do a bit of drifting, you know, a bit of Initial D. If anyone loves to watch a bit of anime, a bit of Initial D. Everyone surely knows Deja Vu running in the 90s. For copyright reasons, I don't think I can put that clip on, but I thought I'd give the commentators a bit of a show, because the rain's dampened the mood a little bit in France. But it's the grid there, Lukey in P1. Me in P2, look, it's quite tight between P2 and Cam Rules. I couldn't quite read it on my preview page, but here we're going straight into the race. Strategy-wise, I had no idea what to do. Fuel-wise, I know it can be quite a fuel-hungry track.
No,
Can't
confident with the fuel.
You can hear me heavy breathing, preparing. So now the heavy breathing's out the way. We've got the 5 lights, and it's away we go. And it's not the best of starts for me. Usually I get a really good start from P2 and then into P1 in turn 1. But Lukey had a really good start here, and then straight away you can see just how much confidence he's got in his car, and it will just turn into the corner in my low wing setup. Damaging me a bit here. But as long as I can keep within this slipstream within the DRS, I find I'll be gaining 3 to 5 tenths down the long straight as I get behind the seat. Axelot, my championship rival, already made it up into P3, so I knew already it was really important for me to keep up with Lukey and to try and break the DRS. As you can see here, you can see visually I'm gaining so much on him. And that's not enough yet, because DRS is not activated until lap number 3. It's not F124 yet, but it's activated on lap lap 20. What am I on about? On lap 2. But luckily, Luki hadn't done a Verstappen and broke away already. So lap 3, first lap, DRS is activated. Just want to see visually how much time I'm gaining. So I'm already 2 tenths behind, and I've actually pulled away by 2 tenths through axle lock as well, and without using much of my ERS. So at this point I was thinking maybe my low drag downforce setup is working here. But at this point axle lock was under 5 tenths, so I thought at this point it's important to overtake Luki here, use a bit of ERS to overtake Luki around the outside to go into first place. And so I thought at this point Luki was struggling a bit. I thought I could pull away, but little did I know that was probably the wrong call. So we go on to lap 5 here, using a bit of my ERS. Now as I can feel my tyres slowly degrading a bit here, and Luki using DRS here, keeping the slipstream. I'm not sure if he was using ERS at this point, but I wasn't happy. He was 2 tenths behind me. He was right behind me here, and as you can tell, he got a really good exit out of here as well. He's now under 2 tenths, and he's practically on my backside. Yeah, he's literally touching my backside. I didn't consent to this, but hey ho. He's gone right on my backside. Now he's gone down the inside because he's more higher downforce car. This has more grip, and yeah, he's gone around inside and taken first place. I just completely fumbled up my words, so I have no idea what I just said. This is live commentary for what I'm seeing on the preview. So I'm saying what I'm seeing as after him doing that move, he's gone to the pits.
Really put me off that.
As you can tell, it really put me off, and now I'm under pressure from axle lock. And now I've got more work to do now to try and, well, try and hold axle lock up, but at the same time not lose too much time to Luki now, because he's going to be on fresh tyres, and fresh tyres around here is mental. And my strategy was to go long on the soft tyre, in the bid for a safety car. Because in the P2 tier, always expect the unexpected, as I thought I got an okay exit out of here, but because axle lock was under 4 tenths, he's using ERS and slipstream. I didn't bother even using any of my ERS, and I let him cruise by, and for him to take the lead of the race. So I probably could have made that a bit harder for him, but at the same time, do I want to be dumping all of my battery on my one soft set of tyres, because that could come back to bite me later on in the race. And as you can tell, you should just look at the fuel as well. 1.2 laps of fuel. You could quite easily burn that all, and next thing you know, you're lifting and coasting on the long straight. You'll find yourself losing a lot of time here. I was thinking of boxing this lap, and I don't know what overcame me, but axle lock pitted this lap. Now I decided to stay one more extra lap, and you'll find after doing this later on in the race, this led to a massive gap, but you'll see what happens later on in the video. So coming to the pit lanes. I'm really fumbling my words today. Going on for a fresh set of the medium tyres on like about 48%, I think that said. And this was the point where I decided to click a bit more wing to put 22 on the front, because I felt the fronts just weren't biting as much as I thought. And my rear wing on 22, so I'm on 22 wings. So hopefully it should help me a little bit into the corners. So we're coming out the pit lane. We come just behind Racing, I believe, in the McLaren, yes we do. So it's a good positioning really, because if I keep close to him now, I can use the DRS, get in front of him. We've got a bit of clear track behind the Donut, who is just in front. Plenty of VRS to burn here, so we're about 8 tenths back here, and you'll be able to see here just what a low drag setup does. So gained, what was it, about 8 tenths, about 6 tenths down that straight alone. I'm now going into this next corner over here. I've lost my map. I'm not going into turn number 10 here. As you can tell, the slipstream here is so strong, so powerful. Going into turn number 11. Get that move quickly done by Racing, but you'll find this won't be the last you see, of Ray Smith, because I don't know if this was his strategy, but to keep within my slipstream and DRS to sort of gain on the leaders, because he never dropped out at the second point. He always just kept within my DRS, so fair play to him. But here, Donna, you could see the tyres was completely gone. And you can see he's just trying to plant the throttle here, and I was already all over his gearbox. Not rear end, like I said about Lukey. So it's just a simple little press of overtake DRS move, and that was done. And down in P11, it's not his race to fight. As cam rolls, flashback to Miami. That is what you do if that fight is not yours, because it doesn't affect his race, doesn't affect my race. We just get on with our own little battles. Here you can see my tyres were going, and Ray Smith now was under 4/10, and I was struggling a bit here, and I was actually panicking a bit here, so I've had to use a bit of my ERS that I've saved up. It's just as well I've saved up a bit of ERS here, because that was keeping me ahead a little bit. I actually gained some time using my ERS, despite him have DRS and slipstream. And again here, moving on to lap 15, my rear end is just all over the place, as you can hear me say.
Why has he started getting a good exit out there now? I don't understand. Really starting to irritate me a bit now.
As you can tell, I was getting irritated because I wanted to gain on Lukey and Axelot, but I just couldn't shift Ray Smith, and Justin now was gaining on us now. It was a 5-second time penalty. But later on to the race, we're going to turn 11 into turn 12. See in the background here, Ray Smith took a really weird line, lost the rear end, tried to apply the throttle, and I think Justin collected him. As you can tell, I went, oh no, because I thought that was going to be a safety car. I don't know if Lukey did, or he was just planned to pit that lap, but that put less pressure on me in a way, because it led to me not having to defend for a position now, and led me to focus on gaining on Axelot. And Lukey, as you can see now on lap 16, Axelot responds to Lukey, undercutting once again, and I bid to stay out once more, and I didn't learn from my previous errors. But at the same time, I think I was thinking at the time, I don't want to pit and then come out in loads of traffic, because the dirty air with my low drag setup is awful. As we start another extra lap here, and it was only this lap where I checked on the softs, I had a U set, and I'm confused. I thought I would have had an extra set of soft tyres, but apparently not. So that led me having to pit on end of lap 18 into 19 for a set of another fresh mediums, which also now, I don't think I showed it in the highlight in the previous. I had 2 warnings, so I had no chance of risking cutting a corner to try and catch up a little bit. It's basically try and gain on the leaders without getting another warning. As you can see there, Lukey with a 3-second time penalty. Axelot doesn't currently have a penalty. So it was more the fact of just trying to keep it within the track limits now for damage limitation as we come out behind Donna once more, who's yet to make his second stop. As it is in One Hub Racing, it is a 2-stop mandatory rule. So behind Donna as we've gone past the DRS. Nice simple move there. He's kept to the right hand side, let me past, and I go on to move on to a weight seat. You could tell I was in the wrong gear. So move over to lap 21, you can see Waitsy here. I was thinking he was holding me up a bit. I don't think he was. I think he was just struggling on one set of mediums. So here I had to try and get him out of the way as soon as possible before we hit sector 1. Which I did nicely here. Almost went a bit wide at turn 1 to turn 2, but managed to keep it within the track. Nice little move there. As you can tell there, Waitsy trying to keep within my DRS, and he's already outside the 1 second barrier, so it's a good idea, good move for me personally to make the move into turn 1. Now you can see here, Axelot and Lukey have 3-second time penalties. What I had to do now is get within 3 seconds of Lukey, and I know how much they're battling as well, so I was hoping they'd battle and battle more. As you can see now on lap 25, 3.6 seconds here, but you can see now, as I move later on into lap 26, Lukey picks up another 3-second time penalty. And because of that 3-second time penalty, another one, I felt personally they stopped battling. And if it wasn't for that penalty Lukey got, I reckon they would have been battling a bit more. And I reckon I could have got the race win if they battled more. But end of the day, it doesn't write off the fact that my strategy was a bit poor today. The setup was in a bit of the wrong direction, but it worked out in some ways in terms of getting overtakes done. Not using much of the ERS, but yeah, if you go across the line, Lukey wins it on tracks, but in terms of penalties, Axelock won the race on 3 seconds of penalties. Lukey tried to get 3-second penalties taken off, but keep within the white lines, mate. I'm a teammate. Cam K finishing in 5th. So that is One Hub Racing in France, and I got P2 there, and hopefully Axelock starts getting some bad luck soon, so I'll have to wait and see. So I'll see you around for the next round number 6, which I believe is Austria. Yep. I hope you enjoyed this new style of video. Give me any tips and feedback in the comments below. Until then, goodbye.